Reporting to you.
Direct from San Luis Potosi with the city and beautiful mountains behind us. But we're not here to talk about the landscape today, are we?
We're reporting some news today.
That's
Reporters Paulette and Mark on the scene.
Guess who's got Mexican driver's licenses, baby? We do. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, what it took to get that.
What you need, the process, and how long it took us.
Right. So we needed the copies of quite a few things. We needed a copy of our passport. We needed a copy of
the original.
And the original.
Slow down there, buddy.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you needed your original passports and a photocopy.
We needed our driver's license issued to us from the United States.
Okay, back up. You're too excited.
I am excited.
You needed your U.S. passport, and you needed the stamp from when you went to the Mexican consulate, where they put the picture in there for you on starting the process to get your visa. So you needed that. They needed to see both of those in your passport. They needed to see photocopies of both of those. Okay, go ahead now.
They needed a copy of a utility bill with your address on it. Now, funny thing is about the utility bills, like anything else, ours had our name on it, but they don't really care about the name as long as they have the exact address on there.
Right.
So, and what else did we need?
We needed that CURP. Is that how you say that?
The CURP, C-U-R-P number?
Yeah. Yep. That's a number that's like a social security number that's given to you in Mexico.
Yep.
And we had that from when we got our temporary visas, luckily. And so we made tons of copies of that. They needed a copy of that. Let's see what else. They needed our residency card, his permanent.
Right.
Which he's very proud of.
And your temporary.
And my temporary. And photocopies of that. And I think that was it.
Right. So we got there. We had to make an appointment online.
Right.
We arrived at the building.
Wait a second. Let me go back a little bit. Okay. So to do it online, it was pretty easy. What you had to put in online was your what was that number again? The CURP number. You had to put that in. And then it found you or something like that. And then it had a calendar, and you could pick the day. And then once you picked the day, you picked your time. And if for some reason it was scratched out on their calendar of not taking you, you had to keep looking for another date until it accepted it. So I just wanted to throw that out there if you guys do it online, how that works. And then what I did is I printed that out for Mark and I, and we had appointments this morning.
Right. So we arrived at the office. The security guard looked over our paperwork and let us in. And then we went to a counter that just said Jefe on it, which is, I think, basically means the boss. He looked through all of our paperwork to make sure everything was in order. And then they took my United States issued driver's license, South Dakota issued driver's license.
Oh, right. That was the other thing. Did I say that?
No.
They needed our U.S. driver's license and a photocopy of that, too.
But I said that.
Oh.
So.
Okay. I wasn't listening to you. Sometimes that happens. Like, I tone him out. Not on purpose, of course.
That happens more often than it should. Just saying.
Okay. So go ahead. Go back to your story.
Okay, so I get up to the counter, present all my paperwork. He looks through it, okays everything. He told me the fee was, I think, 2,187 pesos. However, after, he realized that I was over 60, a geezer.
Yeah.
They reduced it down to, they took off 847 pesos off that. So that brought it down to
like 1,200 and
right around 1,200 pesos, about $60 US at this time.
A little more. It was like 1,260, 1,270.
Right.
I don't know.
So they took my paperwork. They told me to go have a seat. A couple minutes later, They called me to one of the windows. The girl did speak some English, and so she went through the paperwork with me. I had to sign in a couple of different spots.
He got a 4-year because he's
Right.
permanent. He was able to go with the longest, which is 4 years.
Right.
So that was the cost for a 4-year driver's license here in Mexico.
Right. So she went through the paperwork with me. I signed a couple things. They did 2 sets of fingerprints, both left and right hand.
4 fingers, 2 thumbs.
And luckily for me, my thumbs are still opposable, so that helped out. And then,
She asked your blood type.
yeah, which I couldn't remember.
I think he's O
Yeah, like, oh,
positive. I think
I'm
you're-
always positive. Thank you.
Anyhow, but he couldn't remember, so she just put down like, don't know.
Yeah, no sabe.
Yeah.
So, and just a couple minutes later, she handed me my new Mexican driver's license, and my United States driver's license back. I'm telling you, we were, by the time our appointment started, for me,
Probably
and
a half hour.
not even that, I think it was like 20 minutes, the whole process, from the time that I went to the window and turned in my paperwork to the time I had my driver's license in hand. It was about 20 minutes.
And we were the only ones there when we arrived. That was
Yeah.
it. And then I think 2 more people arrived
Right.
after us.
Right.
So then it was my turn. And of course, I went up to the counter and the same thing. Gave them all those copies, originals that I just went through and told you about. My fee, because I'm temporary, I only have about 2.5 years left on my temporal residency. So they gave it to me for 2 years from today's date, not 2 years from now until November of 2023 when it expires. So that's okay. I mean, that works. So my fee with the Geezer discount was 730 pesos, I think. We'll show you the fee amount. I don't have it with me right now, but I think it was 740 or 730. Which is what, about $38, something like that, US
Yeah.
dollars, for 2 years. And she asked me my blood type, which I knew, and I was able to tell her. For some reason, though, when I looked at Mark's card and my card after we got our license, it said that we weren't donors. But on our South Dakota driver's license, it says that we are donors. So
maybe she didn't ask me that question, and I don't know if she asked you that question or not, but
and I think our South Dakota driver's license has our address on it. These do not have your address, but they do ask your address. So
Right.
they have that information. It's just not on your driver's license, which is interesting.
and also the other thing is they asked me my height.
Oh,
which,
yeah.
which you have to give them in centimeters,
I had to look mine up.
but they did not ask me my weight.
Yeah, that's right. Thank
So-
God for me, they didn't ask me my weight.
Yeah,
But I told him I was 5'5" because throughout the years I was told that I shrunk from
Right.
5'6" to 5'5". So I
Yeah.
told him 5'5", and then I had to look it up because I didn't know how tall that
she
was.
was
in
5'6". Now she's about 5'5", somewhere in there.
Yeah. And I don't know if you're really truly 6'5" anymore.
I am when I stand up straight, like this, when I'm not slouching down.
So, but the whole process was not painful at all. It was probably the easiest governmental thing that we have done, I would say, honestly.
Way easier than going into a DMV in California and trying to get your license,
Yeah,
which you'll be there for hours, if not a day.
right. So it was pretty simple. I'm stoked. We'll show you pictures. Woohoo! So we're pretty excited about
Yeah.
all that.
Yep. So,
Yeah. So we just wanted to do a video on it while it was fresh in our mind and share this information with you. If you need to find out any information on it, look on our channel, find the one that says how to get your driver's license in Mexico, our procedure. We don't know what we're going to call this yet, but, something like that.
Yeah, well, think of something. Geezers get driver's licenses, something like that.
No, not geezer. Just like how to get your Mexican driver's license.
Yeah.
That's probably what we'll name it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the process. It was really simple.
Yeah, really simple.
Yeah. Yeah. And when things aren't that simple, it's exciting when something goes this smoothly for us, which it did today. And we're just totally excited about it. It's like another accomplishment here in Mexico. So I'm excited. Every day I'm turning more Mexican. And what were you going to say about that?
Yeah, Paulette ordinarily, has trouble.
I'm challenged.
Parallel parking.
I'm challenged with parallel parking. Okay.
Mexicans are the best parallel parkers in the world. I mean, they can pull past a spot, back into it, be within 1/8 of an inch of the curb. And
not
they're good
only
to go.
that, though, there can be a little tiny spot, man, and they'll do it one time.
And they get
back
right in
it up,
there.
go forward, they're done.
Paulette pulls up to a curb, backs up, she's still 3 feet out.
And I have to do it like 3 or 4 times.
Right, each time she gets about 6 inches closer, and by the last time she's about a foot out, but we just call it good because now there's traffic backed up behind her. Today, she did it. We left the our appointment for our driver's licenses. She had to parallel park at another spot. She went past it, backed right in, 1/8 of an inch of a curb. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, baby, I did it.
It was a miracle. Also, the other thing that I noticed that, just driving around, Mexicans use their horn not necessarily to honk out of frustration, but as a method of communication. Well, Paulette was on the horn a little bit more today, too, even though she doesn't think so.
When was I on the horn?
I don't know. You just were. Go along with the story, will you? Good Lord.
Sometimes I use my horn. Sometimes I will. But I'm not a horn person. I'm just not. But I will say that there are times when I've used it, like when that motorcycle came in that roundabout from the far inside lane right across and almost hit my car.
He was going to cut across in front of us. We had to get on the brakes. He got on the brakes. Vehicles behind us got on the brakes.
Right. And then, like, if I'm driving by and somebody's starting to back up, I will blow my horn on them. They're like, hey, buddy, I'm right behind you in the parking lot. Watch me,
Yeah.
So that's about the only time I really use my horn.
Yeah. She doesn't use it that much. I'm just giving her a hard time.
Yeah, but I get the horn used on me a lot.
Yeah.
By locals here.
That's true.
Because you know what it is? Like when you go down the streets, like one way's, it's a one-way street, the next way is another way. Anyhow, it's like that. But you know what? A lot of these cars just run right past it, man. They don't stop. And so I'm very cautious when I come up to those streets just to make sure. And even though it's coming one way, I look both ways because I can't even count on my hand how many times people don't go the direction that the street is. They go the other way.
And while she's being cautious pulling up to the intersection, a car behind her pulls out from behind her and then shoots through the intersection as she's trying to cautiously go through the intersection.
Yeah. And I'm not complaining. I know you guys always think I'm complaining. I'm just reporting the news as I see it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's all from the Two Travelers News in beautiful San Luis Potosí.
Yeah, baby. We are so excited about this.
Yeah. If you like what we're doing, we hope that you'll subscribe to our channel. Check out our Facebook group, also called
The Two Travelers in Mexico, where we post other stuff. There's several subscribers on there that'll post pictures, that'll post their videos that they do, stuff like that, news articles, things like that.
Yep. And one very important thing.
As always.
No, not yet. No, you're just
Jump
a little
the gun.
over-anxious yourself there, Missy.
What?
You have to agree to the group rules in our Facebook group.
Right.
That's all. They're pretty simple. No nastiness. Be kind.
Yeah. And no advertising like for Bitcoin and stuff like that. If it has to do with Mexico, you're fine. But if you don't answer those questions, I'm just going to leave you stagnant for a while. I'm not going to let you into the group. And if you sit there for like 2 weeks, then I'm just going to delete it, and then you can
Right.
try to join it again. But please remember to answer those questions. It's
Right.
really important to us. We really try to keep our Facebook page.
Nice, pleasant, a
Yeah.
nice place for people to visit.
Yeah, and it really is. A lot of other pages, the moderators are not doing their jobs, I don't think. We have 6 moderators on our page, and they're all fantastic. But I'm just, I'm wanting to keep our page nice, helpful, fun.
Right. And we like for people to come in there, ask questions, and not worry about being judged.
Not beat up either,
Right.
like some of the pages do. Like they're just really rude,
Yeah.
and I cannot tolerate rude behavior at all.
Right.
My pet peeves are what, honey?
Being lied to
Being lied to,
and
being rude.
being rude.
You just said that, yeah.
Yep.
And being rude. Those are my 2 pet peeves. Please don't do that.
Right. So those are the 2 things that we don't really tolerate on the page.
I just don't tolerate in life.
So, in closing,
As always, from the 2 travelers in Mexico.
what she did.
Bye, guys.
Bye.